Between the lines of us. In the quiet town of Elmsworth, where the seasons whispered through the trees and the days seemed to linger, lived three people whose lives were destined to intertwine in the most unexpected way. Emma had always loved books more than people. She ran a small bookshop on Main Street, where the scent of old paper and brewed coffee filled the air like a timeless lullaby. She believed love was something that only existed in novels, until Liam walked in one rainy afternoon. Liam was everything Emma had read about but never believed she'd meet: kind, mysterious, with a quiet strength in his eyes. He came in searching for a book and left with a piece of her heart. Over time, they grew close. He'd help her close the shop. They'd share stories over coffee, and sometimes sit in silence, letting their presence speak more than words. But Liam had a past, and that past had a name: Isla. Isla was vibrant, free-spirited, and fiercely loyal. She and Liam had once shared a wild, passionate love that had burned too hot and too fast. They separated when life pulled them in different directions. But Isla never stopped loving him. When Isla returned to Elmsworth, the town held its breath. She sought Liam not to reclaim the past, but to see if the fire still flickered between them. She found him at Emma's bookstore, laughing like she remembered. Only this time, not with her. Emma had heard of Isla, the woman who once held Liam's heart. Meeting her in person was like seeing a character from a book step into real life, beautiful, bold, and heartbreakingly real. Liam was torn. With Emma, he found calm and comfort, a steady love that felt like home. With Isla, there was a storm in his chest, chaotic but familiar. Both women loved him in their own way, and he loved him too, differently. One autumn night, under a canopy of golden leaves, Liam made his choice, but before he could speak, Emma looked into his eyes and said, "Whatever your heart chooses, I just want it to be honest. Not out of guilt, not out of fear." He turned to Isla, who met his gaze with the strength of 1,000 untold stories. "Sometimes," she said softly, "the past is meant to stay in the past." In the end, Liam chose Emma, not because she needed him, but because with her, he became a better version of himself. Isla smiled through her tears, kissed his cheek, and walked away, leaving behind a chapter that would never be forgotten. Emma and Liam continued their story, slow and tender, with Isla always between the lines, never forgotten, always respected, like a poem only their hearts could understand. The love of the stars. Once upon a time, in a small village by the sea, there lived a young woman named Lily. She had always been fascinated by the stars. Every night, she would climb to the top of the hill behind her house and gaze at the night sky, wondering if anyone else shared her love for the stars. One evening, as she sat there watching the stars twinkle above, a young man named Oliver approached her. He had recently moved to the village, and like Lily, he found solace in the night sky. "Do you like the stars too?" Lily asked, smiling. Oliver nodded, his eyes reflecting the starlight. "They're beautiful, aren't they? I believe they're more than just lights in the sky. I think they're like tiny sparks of dreams waiting to be discovered." Lily's heart fluttered at his words. She had never met anyone who shared her thoughts so perfectly. From that night on, Lily and Oliver met at the hill every evening. They shared their dreams, their hopes, and their fears under the stars. As time passed, their bond grew stronger, and they fell deeply in love. One night, as they stood on the hill together, Oliver took Lily's hand and whispered, "Every star we see tonight, I promise to make a wish for our future. Together." Lily smiled, her heart full of love. "And I'll do the same. Our love will shine as brightly as the stars above."